First, a pair of NFL players are challenging the league to reconsider its policy on pot when it comes to medical use and particularly to treat pain. Katie Couric of Yahoo News sat down with the players. Here's an extended excerpt of her story.
Cannabis is a substance that's been stigmatized for years, and that's why I'm so adamant about educating people on the health benefits of it.
Eugene Monroe made headlines when he became the first active player in the NFL to publicly call for the league to change its policy on pot, which is on the banned substance list.
I'd like to know why the NFL is maintaining such a stern position on the medical value of cannabis when countrywide doctors are prescribing it to their patients.
Monroe, who was recently cut from the Baltimore Ravens, believes using marijuana for pain relief can be a much safer alternative to prescription drugs like oxycodone.
What I noticed was that former players would openly speak about their experiences being addicted to opiates that they were prescribed by their team doctors.
I was eating 100 Percocets a month during my career, even up until 5 years after I retired, and it just made me feel bad. It made my head fuzzy, it screws up your insides.
Rage episodes, all of these things, vertigo, were mounting so much greater under the pill prescription.
But when former NFL lineman Kyle Turley turned to marijuana for relief, he says everything changed.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for cannabis, period. Cannabis is saving my life. I don't think of suicide anymore. That's a big thing. You think the NFL would want to address that a little bit more.
The NFL told us its policy that covers marijuana is collectively bargained and is a joint NFL Players Association program, adding, "We are guided by medical advisors. They have not indicated a need to change."
We believe it's the correct policy for now, in the best interest of our players and the long-term health of our players. I don't foresee a change in that, clearly in the short term.
What do you want from the NFL?
I want the NFL to take a serious look at the medical value of cannabis, which they currently deny. I want them to stop testing players and stop punishing players for consuming cannabis.
Dr. Stacy Gruber studies marijuana's effect on the brain.
Professional athletes who are in pain much of the time. The question is, how can we best treat them? 25 states plus DC now have full medical marijuana laws. Another 18 have partial medical marijuana laws. The question is, what does it do? Is it all good, all bad, or somewhere in between?
Derek, this is the first time you are speaking out about this.
I think for the NFL to say that, that cannabis does not benefit the long-term health of its players without having actually gone and done the research, I don't think that's accurate. That's an accurate statement.
Derek Morgan, a linebacker with the Tennessee Titans, has joined forces with Eugene Monroe. Both believe marijuana may not only be a safer alternative for pain relief, but could also be effective for dealing with the symptoms of CTE.
You hear on the research in the news about CTE, the traumatic brain injury, and as a player, you take notice of that.
CTE, the neurodegenerative disorder that has been discovered in the brains of many deceased NFL players, was the focus of the movie Concussion. While the league acknowledges the findings, it believes additional research is needed to determine potential causes of the disease.
There's been tremendous damage to his brain.
Monroe believes a compound found in marijuana may even help prevent CTE.
The U.S. government has a patent on cannabinoids that say they protect the brain in the event of traumatic injury, which is concussions. And I've been an unfortunate recipient of numerous concussions throughout my career, and quite fearful of the potential impact later in my life.
I think there's been some extraordinarily compelling preclinical work that's demonstrated that CBD, cannabidiol, is incredibly effective at helping to limit the extent of a brain injury, which is really very intriguing and promising.